Hi, everybody. I don't know who's here yet. Wait till somebody gets here and lets you know what my volume's like on the mic. But I've had my shower. Yes, I'm in my PJs. I'm in the hotel room, as you can tell by my background. I just uploaded this tutorial. Welcome in, Joy. Welcome in, dear. I was just saying, my background's different. I'm in a hotel in PEI. I have school this week, but I thought, welcome in, Tori. Welcome in. Okay, good. I wasn't sure. Believe it or not, I brought my whole podcast setup with me to school for the week. Because once we get a few people in here, I'm going to make an announcement. Something exciting happened yesterday. So, yeah. And then hubby called me and said there's a hurricane headed this way for the weekend. Hi, little sis. How are you, hon? I'm here. And you can see my hair. I'm all showered and clean. And got the tutorial uploaded for my knitters on the twisted rib. I do apologize, though. It's not one of my best, but if it's difficult to understand in the round, I try to do I did a quick demo doing it flat. Yeah, hubby, Warren called. He said, you guys need to pay attention. You might have to revamp your plans. He said, because PEI is supposed to get hit the hardest. So we'll have to see, because if the winds get too bad, they'll shut the bridge down and we'll be stuck on PEI. So we'll just cross our fingers. The exciting news is Darlene and I are going to the PEI, Prince Edward Island, Piper Festival this weekend. And I just found out this morning that Mikey from the Crochet Crowd is going to be there. Aberdeen Wolves, Kelly from Darn Yarn is going to be there. And welcome in, Marlene. Welcome in. So it's really excited. I'm going to meet her up at Charlottetown. It's about an hour from where I'm at Friday night. And we're going to go out and have a nice supper. After I've had a week of school, I'll be ready for some relaxation. And we're going to go to the Fiber Festival from 9 to 5 Saturday. So we're not planning on staying the whole day, but I don't know. We're just going to play it by ear. We're just going to play it by ear. And it's just going to be, I'll see all the vendors and who else knows who will be there. If I can snag Kelly, maybe I can do my interview with her, record the interview. I have my tripod, camcorder, my Nikon, my whole computer set up with me. And the only thing I don't have is my HDMI cable. I forgot it to plug into the TV. So I'm watching everybody just on the computer. And you can't see it here, but let me swing my camera around and you'll see my knitting projects I brought with me. My projects there. Yes, those are the projects I brought to work with me. After school, work the whips, trying to get some of my whips done. There's one there I can't show though because it's a Christmas present. Only one person has seen it, so I'm trying to work on it, get it done for Christmas. But yeah, nice. I got a nice hotel. It's a really nice room, quiet. And the only thing I did was I knocked the shower rod down. They didn't have it, opened up enough, so I knocked it down. So I had to pick it up. Yeah, I'm in my Deer Island Fire. Where's it at? Over here. Deer Island Fire Department. And I got penguins on my jammy bottoms. Yes, I still have this cold. Okay, darling. Yeah, if we can find someplace quiet, maybe we can do Kelly's interview and then just get the raw footage, and then I'll be able to edit it later on and schedule the premiere. Wednesday night, I am interviewing Courtney. I'll be setting up with her, and we're going to get her interview done. And then when I get back, Samuel from An Irish Knitting Podcast should be home from his holiday. He went to Italy and France. Oh, jealous. And I'm going to do his interview. So I got my interviews done for the rest of the year. I'll have them done. Oh, it just jumped. Oh, I will. I'll get over this cold soon. Welcome in, Bailey. Welcome in. Yes, I did. I actually made it in record time. Darlene said I was speeding. It was 393 kilometers from St. George. It's 400 something from the island, but I got a 20-minute ferry ride. I did it in 3.5 hours. I was speeding, I think. Shh, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. My husband says, "What were you doing?" I says, "I had my cruise control set at 125 clicks." And I said, "I just rode." Never stopped. Oh, Bailey, I got your email, dear. Hey, it gets here when it gets here. No big deal, hon. I'm up here for the week. And then Darlene and I going to the Fiber Festival this weekend. Well, Bailey, after 3 million miles, 30 years of driving transport, yeah, I agree. I finished with 0 speeding tickets on my license. I know it's 110K. Some places it was 100K, 90K. But the only place I did the speed limit and did not go over was on the Confederation Bridge coming into PEI. You do not speed. You do not be on your cell phone because, baby, they will give you a ticket. But it was so nice to cross that bridge. Unlike the last time I brought you guys with me, there was no testing or anything. You just cruised right on through. That was nice. So excuse me. I'm all freshly showered. Got my lotion on my hands. So haven't done any knitting or crocheting since I've been here because I was busy filming that tutorial. But there will be some knitting and crocheting before I go to bed. Just a little bit. It just relaxes me. Oh, you'll love it. You'll love it, darling. Because I will be making more trips up here to PEI because all my courses are up here. The longest one is 25 days. I'll be up here on my chartage and pilotage course. I'll be up here for 25 days. Most of them are just a week at a time. And I've got a bug crawling on my screen. Oh, Bailey, yes. I've got my Nikon 35mm camera. I've got my camcorder with tripod and my phone, of course. And yes. And oh, I had to bring something I knitted or crocheted. It was knitted I brought. I got to wear something that I did to the Fiber Festival. I'll show you the 2 pieces I brought. I brought 2 projects that I'm really proud of. They're both by Lindsay from Knit Eco Chic, and that is the one I just finished, my English cottage garden shawl. I brought this one. You know, I can wear it, you know, like a shawlette, or I'm not any good at styling these things like this. But I brought this one. I wanted to bring a sweater, but it wasn't quite because it's gonna be cold up here and rain all week. But I brought this one. And you guys remember my Submerge, my drop stitch one? And I brought this one. And this is the same principle. You know, you just kind of drape it around your back and just around your neck like this. But yeah, I had to bring something I made. I mean, I'm going to a Fiber Festival. So Darlene, be looking through your stuff that you made that you want to bring. It's going to be cold that day. It's going to be like 13 for the high. It's inside though, so it shouldn't be too bad. As far as I know, it's inside. If you want, Darlene, it's only supposed to be 13. It's going to be inside. So, but everybody always wears something that they've knit or crocheted, you know. And I'm going to try to get some. The hard thing to get, maybe after I get out of school, take a little ride and take some footage where I'm at. I'm in Summerside. The Fiber Festival is in Charlottetown, which is the capital of Prince Edward Island. And see if I can get some footage, you know, a little bit up here. Hopefully the weather will be, that might be a little bit too warm, Darlene. That might be a little bit warm. I don't know. It depends what the weather is, how much I can get outside. That's the problem. This week, unfortunately, next week's not supposed to be bad, but this week, rain every day. Every day this week, it's supposed to rain, and the nighttime lows are in the single digits. Daytime highs aren't any higher than 14, 15. So I definitely think fall has arrived here in PEI. So I'm just going to take a sip. First cup of coffee since I got here. I didn't even stop for a Timmy's today. Everybody saying hi to each other. I think that's so awesome. Everybody says hi to each other. I did talk with another podcaster, and this person's going to maybe do some more lives. I'm trying to talk her into doing more lives. I think it'd be good for her and good for us too, because yeah, she's funny. What else was I going to say? There was something else I was going to tell you guys. Oh, I put my change in. I brought my Billy the Crafty Floridians purse that I got. I brought that with me so I can put my chain. Well, I'll tell you what, these are so nice. I'm gonna have to get a couple more from her to give away. I like to support my small businesses. So is everybody doing good tonight? Everybody's healthy, happy, crafting. Oh, Bailey, you haven't been to Deer Island, sweetheart. You got to come to Deer Island because Deer Island is known as the masterpiece of the province. Our sunsets and sunrises, I've put them on the channel before and on Instagram and that, are absolutely stunning. People come from all over to take photographs. And when I get back to the island and I get a nice day, they unveiled our granite statue. We are now on the sculpture trail. And it represents the artist. We never know what it's going to be until it's unveiled. The artists that do it come to the island or come to where the statue's going to be, and they get a feeling for what it is. So what they make represents, hopefully, the ambiance of the place that the statue is. In our case, Deer Island. So we got a local artist because most of the time artists are invited from all over the world. But because of the last 2 years, and you know that, we settled on an artist from St. John, which is about an hour from, plus a ferry ride from the island. And what he come up with, it is 9 feet tall. It weighs over 16,000 pounds. They had to tractor trailer it in, and they had to bring a big crane to put it into place. And we had to have a special base made for it because it's one of the biggest sculptures. But it is a wave, and there's a hole in the center of it that when you look through it from the back of you stand behind the statue, you look through it, and what you see is the Bay of Fundy and a couple of smaller islands off of Deer Island. And it is absolutely, and that represents the Old Sow, which is the largest whirlpool in the Western Hemisphere. No, I haven't taken a picture yet, Darlene, because you know, this past week, I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Friday was my only day off. I had to go to the mainland. And then yesterday I had to go for a CT scan, which was 5 months I had to wait. And went grocery shopping in St. John. And by the time I got home last night, I was pooped. It is, Bailey. It is absolutely beautiful. I love where I live. If anybody hasn't got that. We don't have any of the modern conveniences. There are no pizza deliveries. There is no grocery stores, no pharmacies, nothing. We have a couple little stores on the island. I used to have the biggest one on the island. I closed it because it just wasn't enough business. The sidewalks roll up. The last ferry is 10 o'clock from the mainland. 10:30 from the mainland to the island. There's no, they don't deliver Uber or HelloFresh. None of that delivers to a lot of places won't even deliver to the island. Wayfair, UPS, none of them deliver to the island. But you know what? We put up with it. And thanks to Elon, I got good internet now, so I can live stream and I can upload my videos in quicker than 2 days. It's just a little piece of heaven here in the Maritimes. And they say we're the best kept secret. And we are investing a lot in the island this year. We got a big grant. We're updating our the what's known as Deer Island Point. Oh yeah, we get that right off of the boat, fresh. lobster, scallops, sometimes crab, sometimes catch a haddock, mackerel, clams, sometimes shrimp. Yeah, right off the boat. When we buy lobster twice a year and scallops once a year, and we get them literally right out of the water off the boat. And I don't eat seafood. I can't eat any seafood. Don't like it. But hubby and my sister-in-law do. Now Marlene and Darlene, although that just cracks me up. Marlene and Darlene both have been to Deer Island. Both have been to my house, and you can ask them. Deer Island is a very quiet place, and we have walking trails and all that stuff. Great kayaking, but it's a place if you want to come and get away from all the touristy things. We do have tourist things on the island as far as like we have art galleries. I think we have 6 art galleries, and we have a lot of activities in the summertime for down at the point. We have the Christian camp. A lot of people come over bike riding to go bike riding around the island. But the scenery, it's what people come for, is the scenery. We've got some a few B&Bs. Yes, I think he will, Darlene, because it's so out of the way. And the kicker is from my deck, I can see the states. I can see Eastport, Maine. Sorry about that. That's my phone in the background. So I told Darlene this morning that when I got up here and got everything settled in and everything, that I would try and do a live. I can't do a real, our usual 2-3 hour live. Can't do that because I do have to get up at 6 a.m. It's been a long day already, but I had to talk to all my fiber family and let them know that I'm here and let them know about the Fiber Festival. It is my first Fiber Festival and Darlene's first Fiber Festival. And the only way I found out about it was Kelly had emailed me when she found out I was going to be in PEI all week and says, "Are you going to the festival?" I said, "What festival?" And then she told me. So, of course, I'm on the phone to Darlene and I'm telling Darlene. And then we decided, yep, she was going to meet me up here and we'll go Saturday. And then I'm going back to her house. We're going to organize a craft room a little bit, and I'm going to take her to task. She has to start inventorying her yarn. You guys thought I had a lot of yarn? Ha! I don't even have one iota. Wait to see Darlene's craft room. It's really coming along nice, but I'm going to help her. And then Sunday morning, I have to head back to the island. Because I had to make arrangements for the puppy to be watched while I was gone. I can't wait to see it, Darlene. It was looking really, really nice. Yeah, Marlene, it's quaint. There's the word, a good word, quaint. It is very quaint. A lot of the houses on the island have been there for generations. The land that we built our home on is family land, and my husband's family has been on that island since the late 1700s. So, yeah, it's and there's some old buildings there that have a lot of history to them, and it's just a great place. I went there for the first time. Oh my heavens, almost 20 years ago, when Warren and I first started dating. He brought me up here, and I said I fell in love with it. Then, what's the population? Joy, the population year-round on the island is about 850 people. In the summertime, we swell to a little over 1,000 because we have summertime people that they just come here in the summertime. So, and I grew up in a town that was that size in Pennsylvania, a very small farm town. So I feel right at home here, right there. I have a video that I filmed a little bit on the way up here. Tomorrow I'm gonna get a little bit more footage, and then I'll upload it later this week. Because I think I called it 2 OGs hook and stitching island style on the road. But yeah, I had to share. I like to share with you guys. I mean, I like to have content for you, and there is some new content coming because the wheels on the bus go round and round. We're at in PA, Joy. I lived on the west side of PA. I lived in what was called Westmoreland County, Harrison City. I was 40 minutes outside of Pittsburgh, southeast of Pittsburgh, 20 minutes from the West Virginia line. Um, Westmoreland, 52 miles from Shanksville from 9/11. I live 52 miles from there. I'm 52 miles west. You get off the turnpike there at Jeanette, and you take Pennsylvania 130 into Harrison City, and that's where I grew up at, out in farm country. Back then, they built a new high school the year I moved there, and well, no, it was being built when we first moved there because I was only in 8th grade, and it combined 6 communities into our high school because there were so many little schools. So they combined it all into one school, and then they turned 2 of the schools into middle schools that were 6th through 8th. Oh, heavens. I was in Wheeling a lot, Joy. I worked all the gas wells down there. For 5 years, I worked the gas wells down around Washington, PA, down there. Hubby used to love to go to Ruttenbuck's for ribs. They had good food. I lived at the TA there in Wheeling for several years. We spent most of our time at the Petro or at the TA in Wheeling, West Virginia. Bailey, bring it on, girl. Well, I'll tell you, I've had quite a few people message me, email me. They really want me to have a retreat up on the island. Now, it wouldn't be the kind of retreat that Crystal did from Bag O' Day. I mean, ours would be very rustic, but it would be a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun. And the good thing is we have the campground right there on the island. So if somebody wanted to come up for the retreat and like stay the week, because we do have one local yarn shop, which is Cricket Cove, which I've showed a little bit in prior videos. But the other thing is too, not more than an hour away is the oldest woolen mill in Canada, Briggs and Little. It's still active, owned by the same family, and it's been a staple in Canada for 150 years. And I've had a lot of people want to say, why don't we do a knitting and crochet retreat? Now, I own my store still, and it's a big building, so we could literally have the retreat right there. I unfortunately couldn't put everybody up in my house because I do have my sister-in-law lives with us and my husband and, of course, Gracie. But I would go to we got some done. We got busy. But the knitting and crochet retreat would be knitting and crochet, like for a weekend. And we would do it probably in the summer when it's nice. Briggs and Little, awesome. I'll get to see Leah Little. That's another interview that's on the queue. Looks like we're gonna be busy Saturday, Darlene. But that's something that we've been talking about, having a knitting retreat on the island, knitting, crocheting retreat, crafting retreat on the island. My store, I actually could set it up at my store. I could set the area because it's huge. It's 1,450 square feet, and I could play music. Don't have internet up there because I shut it off when I got the store. But the building itself is historical. The wooden floors are original from 1929. If they could only talk. But we could have a lot of fun. And there would just be so much to do. A weekend wouldn't be enough time to do it in. But I would also go to the hotel there, and a couple B&Bs are on the island, and see if I could get like a special rate, because Deer Island's not that big. I mean, it's 15 minutes to drive around the whole island. It's 3 miles wide, 7 miles long. It's not. Exactly, Bailey. Exactly. Look, I'm from the States originally. Everybody knows that. I have not stepped foot in the States since October of 2019. My mom passed away. Now my family's down there, my kids, my grandkids, everybody's down there. But I have zero desire to cross that border. Yeah, well, that's just it, Darlene. So maybe 2023 will be the year it happens. It's early. Right now, the focus that we have now is hashtag work the whips. Darlene and I are getting ready to start the Stephen West MCal. I am so excited. It's my first Stephen West MCal, first Stephen West knit. And then towards the end of this year, we are going to nail down our New Year's Eve cast on. We talked about it in the last live we did. I showed some patterns. Yeah. I'll get somebody to send me some Hobby Lobby yarn. I don't need to go to Hobby Lobby. Lord no. Darlene, you don't need any more yarn. You have a lot of yarn. This girl has a lot, and she's given me a lot of yarn. She has a lot of yarn. But nailed down our patterns, and I showed some patterns. Now, I did show the Phoenix. Oh, been to Regina. I used to go right through Regina because I hauled up to Bear Chemical Plant. I've been all over Canada. Bailey, Darlene's fell in love with Deer Island and wants to tell her husband she wants to move there. That's what happens. A lot of people go there, buy a house. I didn't bring any with me, Darlene. I didn't. There was no room in my car. My poor little car. All my junk. But I do have your canvas with me. Very safely tucked in with a pillow. What else is... anyways, I'm going to add... We had showed the patterns. There was the Phoenix scarf / wrap. But I'm also going to put the Phoenix shawl out there along with the other crochet pattern we had. What was the other crochet pattern? Anybody remember what the other the other crochet pattern we showed? It was a shawl. And I don't remember. And then we had the knitting patterns because not everybody crochets or knits. So we have knitting and crochet. I think it was Hedwig I showed. I think it was Hedwig. Yeah, it's Hedwig. Hedwig was one of the other ones I showed for crochet. Excuse me. I got to put a post together. I just haven't had... I wanted to do it this weekend. I did not have time. Literally had zero time. I was scrambling this morning packing. About the New Year's Eve cast on we want to do. Yep, Hedwig. Yep, Hedwig's going to be New Year's Eve choice for New Year's Eve cast on. And you don't have to choose one of our patterns. You don't have to choose one of these patterns. These are the ones I'm putting out there. It's just everybody casts on or puts it on the hook, puts it on the needle. New Year's Eve. We all do it. Sometimes people get together in a Zoom or a live or something like that, and they'll all do it together. And it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of fun. I didn't finish mine from last year. I still have it because I had to rip it out and start again. That's my priestess coat, but it will be done. I am working my way through my whips. Yes, I am. I'm pulling out of a test I was doing. I'm going to pay for the pattern and tell her it's the first pattern I've tested for her that I won't be finished on time. Well, a shawl long. Yeah, it could be a shawl long, which we had, the outside your comfort zone. I had shown those shawls and a lot of people were doing the shawls. That's when I did that side to side granny. And the knitting shawls, I have a couple of Lindsay's patterns in there. One, it's a very advanced pattern, is the airbender with beads and drop stitches and picot bind off, which I've done a tutorial on the butterfly drop stitch and the picot bind off. She also does I-cord bind off. That shawl has a lot to it. It is advanced. But I showed some of her other shawls. This one here, Submerge. This is a great one to try your hand at drop stitches. And this is just done in acrylic. It's a lot of fun, and I can help anybody that does this because Lindsay didn't have a problem with me doing I didn't show the pattern or anything, but just doing tutorials for some of the stitches. Welcome in, Dragon Cat. Welcome in, dear. And then we had Frozen Skies. That was one of the other ones. I don't even have my notebook with me, but there was like 4 knitting patterns for shawls. So I don't know. I just think it'd be a lot of fun. Plus, I've got to put my New Year's socks on the needles because I'm getting better at socks, and I love to knit socks. Darlene's knitting socks. Kathleen's knitting socks. We had a lot of people from the Yayas Oh yeah, the provincial shawls. I have all the provincial shawls. Bailey, you're from Saskatchewan. There's a shawl for Saskatchewan. I went through all the provinces. New Brunswick and Ontario were the two provinces that, and of course Nunavut and Yukon, that did not have their own shawl. I was upset about that. I'm gonna go back and check those, see if she added to it. Welcome in, Lisa. Welcome in, Lisa. Grammy scattered. But Bailey, do you knit? I think you knit, Bailey. Yes, there's one for Alberta. It's knitted. Now all those patterns they're a little bit on the intermediate to advanced side. But they're beautiful shawls, all in fingering weight. Oh, you live in Montreal, Bailey? Quebec. Oh, I have there's one for Quebec. Welcome in, Kathleen. Were your ears burning? I was just talking about you knitting socks now. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Bailey, over in the Yayas on FB, we have a group over there called the Yarny Yayas. You should come over and join. We have a lot of fun over there. It's tied in with the channel. You know, most everybody there is a Fiber family member over here also. And it's a private group, so we don't get any of the trolls or anything. You just apply, you just ask to join, and then Darlene or I approve you. Bailey, there's nothing wrong with that. I love both, and I love my Tunisian. That's like I made a comment a while back. You were doing tutorials, and you were using the peacock stitch. And I had mentioned it to you. My very first and only pattern to date that I've released was called "Proud as a Peacock." It was. Oh, you did? Oh, thank you, Dragon Cat, because I wasn't sure if somebody was going to be able to understand that or not. Trying to do stitch tutorials that are not just your basic, I did a few in the beginning for, your cast on and cast off. Now there's going to be additional cast ons and cast off. Like I know there's tons of people on YouTube that have these tutorials that are like up here. Mine's down here. You can't see mine. But I try to do mine as if you're sitting across from me and I'm showing you. So I do try, and I'm trying to get better with the quality of the video. That's why I said I did the small demo with the flat needles. It's a learning curve. I mean, I've been doing tutorials now for 2-3 years. It started when I was doing the Leisure Arts Afghan. Just learned along to okay. I've learned a bunch of new cast-ons, and they all have different purposes. But my favorite's the long tail cast-on, and the second favorite, courtesy of Lindsay, is the Pico cast-on. I love the Pico cast-on because it gives you an edge border already of Picos, and it's really easy. Bailey, in my description box, it does have FB Yarny Yayas. If you go onto groups on FB and just type in Yarny Yayas, it'll take you to it, and it'll say ask to join, and we'll approve you. Bailey, I'm self-taught knitting. And you want to talk about, I got back knitting and crocheting in 2018, early 2018. I got back into it, and it was because, and it was started with knitting, and it was because my girlfriend Kathy was down there. I said, I really need to get back into knitting. I had some of the needles that I had back when I was in nurse's training 40 years ago. That's how long it had been since I'd knit, 40 years. And I started casting on. Well, she's cringing. She goes, stop. So she showed me the long tail cast on, and the knitted cast on, and the cable cast on. What I was doing was the backwards loop cast on, which is, usually what you use when, like, you bound off a bunch of stitches for, like, a sleeve or a neckline, and you've gotta add a few stitches. That's what I was doing for my whole thing, which created a very sloppy edge. So, I mean, I have improved. I have improved. Where's my cast on edge? Oh, I don't even remember my cast on edges in this one here, because this one here this is a I-cord bind off, and it creates scallops. And then in this one here, something else new I learned, it was a short rows that created these scallops, and then it was a picot bind off as you did it, and it was so easy. Lindsay, when I was working on a I think it was my submerged shawl. You know what though? It comes with time. Like anything, it comes with time. When I got back into crocheting, honest to God, I could single, double. Thank you, Bailey. I could single and double crochet. When I first was knitting, I didn't even know how to cast off. What I didn't realize I was doing, I was casting off, but I was crocheting it off. But my edges used to be terrible. And like I said, this is my philosophy, whether you agree with it. This is how my mind, in this mind, I push myself outside my comfort zone. I mean, I push myself. I go right to advanced patterns. Sometimes I get frustrated because it's a technique or something that I don't understand. Yes, I love Tunisian too. I love my Tunisian. I have a couple Tunisian tutorials, not many. If I come up on something in the pattern that I can't figure out, okay, if it's a well-written pattern, because I've come across some really bad written patterns. But if I come across, I'll search YouTube, and if I can't find anything on YouTube, I will get a hold of the designer. Now, Lindsay did a Zoom with me to show me what I was doing wrong, because I kept doing a picot bind off. I kept losing a stitch. I didn't know what I was doing. When she showed me, it was like light bulb on. And now I love it. I love the picot bind off because it's such a beautiful finish. And I love the drop stitches. I tested for her the airbender. 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. I tested the airbender. That is probably one of her most difficult patterns to date. And it had drop stitches. The butterfly drop stitches. It had regular drop stitches. It has cables. It has picot bind off. I-cord cast on. I mean, it's a garter tab cast on. It had all of this stuff going on in it. Well, she gave you the choice. I did the simple, small version with no drop stitches, no beads. But I swore I was going to do that pattern, the whole pattern with the beads, with the butterfly drop stitch, all of it. So I will be that next year. In the early part of the year, it's going on the needles. It probably take me several months to do it because it's such a complicated pattern, but I love it. That and the wyvern. Those are two very complex patterns, advanced patterns. But you know what? I'm going to do it. And if I get frustrated, I put it aside and I'll come back to it. And a lot of times, that's all it took. Don't keep working at something if it's frustrating you, because it takes the joy out of what we do. And I know a lot of people that get so frustrated, they say, I quit, I can't do this. Just put it aside. You can knit. Bailey, we could have you knitting. Darlene was knitting. The first shawl she knit was the Fundy Bay shawl. That's a great first knit for somebody. It gets you going with a basic eyelet lace and a basic knit purl, knit two together. And it's a beautiful shawl, and it represents the Maritimes. Mine was made out of Fundy Fog, Briggs & Little. Darlene made hers out of plum. Yes, exactly, Dragon Cat. Exactly. But I have been promising, and I will, but anybody, Darlene knows, because we usually talk or at least message every day. And my schedule the last few months has been insane. I've had no life between working, school, teaching, a new puppy. Okay, bring it on, Bailey. I'll be here. I'll be here. I will warn you, I don't speak French. My French is very minimal. But no, I'll do a Zoom. Marlene wants to do Zoom, and so does Suzanne. And um, I've taught a few people on Zoom how to knit. Not that I taught them how to knit, I helped them. Um, if you can do the cast on, knit and purl, the rest of it just comes with practice and time. Because that's all there is to knitting, is knitting and purling, casting on and casting off. There's just variations of it. That's it. And like I said, these patterns here from Lindsay, she pushes me outside my comfort zone. I did that big cozy cable wrapped in cozy cables by Knititude. Knititude's other patterns. Now she has a lot of patterns, and she's a Canadian designer out of Alberta, I believe Alberta. A lot of her patterns are very easy to read. They're excellent written. I mean, they're excellent written excellent. They're well written. But a lot of hers are beginner friendly, advanced beginner friendly. Getting into cables. I'm doing her cable crushed jogger suit. Yeah, well, my mind this week, all week, when I dreamt or went to bed thinking, all I've been thinking about was the first aid classes I'm teaching. Oh, what did they tell me? I have some you all know I talk about Michelle and Michelle. They have Spirit of the Island, those buttons that I give for Happy Mail or in prize packs. Um, her canvas paintings. Darlene bought one, and we will show it when she unwraps it. They're from Quebec. They are not Quebecois. No. No. They're Canadian. They'll tell you. I'm not Quebecois. No. Canadian. I am Canadian. People say, no, you're not. Yes, I am. Canada is my country, is my home. I may have been born in the States. This is my home. This is where I'm going to die. I'm going to be buried on Canadian soil. So there. I had one lady tell me back where I came from, and people from the island came right to my defense and said, this is where she's from. And apparently that's a very high compliment, because I love my island, and I love the people. I have taken Canada as my home. And a lot of people, I say, you know what? And my husband told me this when he became a U.S. citizen. He's dual. He said, you were born American. I chose to be American. So I tell them, you were born Canadian. I choose to be Canadian. So there. Boy, don't I have a sassy attitude tonight. I think that's my puppy give me that sassy attitude. Good night, Dragon. I'm going to do another live later this week, dear. I am going to have another live before we'll do another live when I get out of school and I get showered and all ready, and I'll be able to give an advance warning instead of this last minute thing I did tonight. Sleep well, my dear. Sleep well. Yeah, I'll probably be in bed by 11. I usually try to knit or crochet a couple rows or rounds just to relax a little bit. Yes, it is, Dragon Cat. Yes, it is. I'm proud to be a Canadian. I have a sweatshirt that I got even before I moved up here that says "Proud to be Canadian," and I wear my sweatshirt proudly. And I joined the Women's Institute, and I'm an Eastern Star. I know the Canadian national anthem. I know God Save the Queen. And I've known those since I moved up here. I learned them because this is going to be my country. This was this is where I am going to spend the last of my days until I take my last breath. Bailey, when I was trucking, I used to go to Montreal, downtown Montreal, the old Montreal. There was a little like truck stop / restaurant type thing. It was a small place that when I was delivering produce up there, I went to, and I went walking around a few times when I was up there, and honest to God, it is so gorgeous. It is so beautiful. The architecture, I mean, the cathedrals, it's beautiful. I can usually find beauty in anything, any place I've been, and I've been to all 48 states. I've been to all the provinces with the exception of Yukon, Nunavut, and Labrador. I've been to all the provinces when I was trucking. And I will be going to Labrador. That's gonna be a road trip. And we said hubby and I said that we're gonna take one of these years. We've got a few more bills to pay off and stuff like that. But we haven't had a vacation since 2015, before we moved up here to up to the island. And we're gonna drive across Canada and just enjoy some of the sites that we never got to enjoy when we were trucking. When you're trucking, you get to see the sights and you might have a couple hours here, but you never got to just take it in. And if anybody's lurking, you're welcome in. Welcome in. I had to laugh. Lisa last live I did. She goes, "Okay, I guess I'll have to just to show that I'm not lurking." She was lurking, but I know she's in bed right now because of the time difference. I know that. When we had Amani on the island for a very short time, Anthony, his wife was from Labrador, and he told me, he says it's about it's a 500-mile drive up through a dirt road to Labrador, going up to the northern part of the province. He says, but it's absolutely beautiful. He says it's not a trip you do in the winter; it's a trip you do in the spring or in the summer, early fall. He said, other than that, don't make the trip. Yeah, Bailey, my French, when I was trucking, I could get by with my French. I could understand more than I spoke. But like you said, a lot of them speak Franglish, like northern New Brunswick, up near Dieppe and Shediac and that. See, I haven't been down there. Like I said, it's been, oh my heavens, it's probably been 20 years since I've been to Montreal. But yeah, old Montreal is so beautiful. It's so beautiful down there. It's just the architecture. I mean, you have old Europe there. It's old Europe. And where I grew up, we had St. Patrick's Cathedral, downtown Pittsburgh, which is where I always wanted to get married. Couldn't afford it. Just to get married there is $5,000. I don't think I spent it on my whole wedding. But I just love old architecture. When I was doing my business degree in university, I had to take an art class, and through that I studied a lot of the old stuff. Old Quebec City, all of those old cities are beautiful. I mean, they've been around a long time. You want to know a little tidbit? Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is near. When people ask where I'm from, I just say Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because they've never heard of the town I grew up in. Pittsburgh, Fort Pitt, okay, there's still the remains of it, is older than the United States. It was there before the United States became the United States. That a lot of history. I grew up near Bushy Run Battlefield. A lot of history. Gettysburg, all that history. And I'm learning about Canadian history. Hubby was in the Canadian military, so I've been learning a lot. He teaches me a lot of Canadian history. Yeah. Did you know, is it Montreal or Quebec? One of those two cities, because I delivered produce. It was a split delivery. I would deliver in Montreal, and then I'd go up to Quebec City and deliver the rest of my produce. And it went to a place called something of legumes. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. They didn't speak hardly any English at all, and my French and their English, we managed to communicate to get my truck unloaded. See, this is one of the things that I think the internet. Oh, really? I'll have to check it out. Um, this is one of the things that I love technology for because it brings us together. We not only in the early days of internet and computers, we could message back and forth. You message back and forth just with words. And now we can get together and actually see each other's faces and talk in real time. And you learn so many things of people from all over the world, people that are right in your own country. You think, oh my gosh, we're neighbors, and the connections that are made, the friendships that develop. This is what I love about our community. This is what I love about the technology part of. Okay, I'll check it out, darling. But yeah, it's 3 years ago when I started doing YouTube. I never thought I'd still be here 3 years later and have made the wonderful friends and connections that I have made from all over the world. And yeah, there may be over 1,000 subscribers. And by the way, Bailey, we're going to get you to your 500 so you can get your community tab, dear. So if anybody in here is not subscribed to Bailey, and even if you're lurking, please go over. Bailey, drop your link, dear, and subscribe to Bailey and any other channels in here. If you have a channel, drop your link. I don't care about that. Just my mods, drop your link. Darlene, you're a mod. Exactly. That's how Darlene and I met. She was one of my first first Fiber family members. Not subscribers, Fiber family members. But yeah, my mods, if somebody wants their link dropped, just put some question marks, and the moderators will drop your link. And go throw some yarn love. I know Bailey needs to get to 500 to get her community tab. Who else is in here? So if you want your link dropped, and we do, it's a very loving community, Bailey. It really is. And most everybody that I have met, there's a few exceptions. Most everybody I've met are just genuine, just want to have a sense of community and friendship and fellowship and knit crochet together, Tunisian, talk about yarn, talk about where we live, talk about our kids. And by the way, Bailey, you are my prayers, dear. I'll keep you you've got I'm on Messenger. I'll have to, you on FB Messenger, let me know and I'll message you so you have it and let me know how that goes. Okay. I'll keep you in my prayers. Praying for healing. I make no bones that I'm a Christian. Do I get into big religious discussions on my channel? No. I got to press the button here for a minute. I'll be right back. That was hubby calling to say goodnight. Exactly, Bailey, darling. Exactly. And I'm thankful every day. But like I was saying, I make no bones about my faith. I don't discuss politics, religion, controversial subjects. We talk yarn, fiber stuff, knitting, crocheting. How's the grandbabies? How's the puppies? The fur babies? All that good stuff. Because my channel is nothing but positivity. There's times I don't come on. I might not be on for a week. I'm not going to come on here if I'm having a bad week. Granted, we are heading into a rough time of the year for me. Last year, I come on because I needed to connect with my Fiber family because I was having a hard time. That is the anniversary of my son's passing coming up. It'll be 8 years. And, I think about it every day, but I get through most days. It's just a little rougher in October because it's also my oldest son's birthday. He'll be 42. So, and again, I don't disclose a whole lot of that stuff there because I like to be up positive. My mantra is positive in, positive out, negative in, negative out. That's why at the end of my videos, I always say hug, smiles, and happiness. Pass it on, make the world a better place because we need it. We need more good in the world. Exactly, Darlene. I know yours is in October too. Excuse me. Love that mute button. So, because there's just so much ugly. Life's too short. Oh, Joy. Know it. I love my family in the States. I love them dearly, but I have to love them from afar because they thrive on drama. And I choose not to be. Life's too short. There's too much good to live your life with nothing but drama. Seriously, if I am watching a channel and all there ever is drama, unsubscribe. I want to hear positive things. I want to reach out and give somebody a hand up, a smile, a hug, something positive that helps them. Because what goes around comes around. I do it to this person, then this person does it to that person, and before you know it, it's making full circle. So that's why I am the way I am. Everybody has their individual beliefs in no matter what subject it is. Sometimes we can't even agree on the proper cast on or how you hold your yarn or how you hold your hook. That's the beauty of things. The differences between us that makes us unique, but it also makes us mesh because you can sit and you can talk. Exactly. Exactly, Darlene. I've been in Bailey's. I try to get into Bailey's lives now and then. There's a few I've been in. I even check it out. I even won some yarn. She mailed it out to me today. It won't post it tomorrow because it's a holiday, but I can't believe I won. Darlene will tell you, I've only won two other times in 3 years. I don't enter a lot. And I was like, tickle pink. I was tickle pink. Bailey didn't realize I lived in Canada. Then she found out I lived in Canada, and she says, score, because of shipping. I know, because I just finished mailing out the last of my Podiversary. Welcome in, Rachel. Welcome in, dear. I just finished mailing out the rest of my Podiversary prizes because there were so many of them going all over the world that I had to kind of do it in batches. And Rachel, did I send a package to you? For some reason, I don't have my book with me. I meant to bring my book with me. I've got to double check. I have a few packages I got to check. Anyways, but yeah, so now I'm just, my Advent boxes go out, and Secret Santa on Lady Bird's channel. She's having the Secret Santa this year. And I'm going to do it because it's for the members only this year. And I had a lot of fun doing it last year. I have fun doing stuff like that. It's nothing, and it's nothing big, just like the Happy Mail Advent project that we've been doing. Okay, cool, Rachel. Good. That we did. I have had other people ask me, are you going to do it again next year? Because they have loved getting that little piece of mail every month. Oh, awesome, Darlene. Awesome. They loved getting that. And it started over in the Yayas. And there was 8 of us this first year. There were 8 of us doing it. And we have had a blast doing it. My partner is in the process of moving. So I've got to send hers out. By the end of the month, everything has to go out. Bailey, we're going to get you that 500 mark, hon. You're almost there. And anybody that's not subscribed, please go check out Bailey's channel. She has her lives. Bailey, drop your advert, honey. Tell us a little bit about your channel. She does tutorials. She has Spring's usually up on panel with her, and she usually has Spring the Fiber Enthusiast. She usually has somebody else on panel with her. And she has a live on, I think, Sunday. And she's starting one on Tuesday that they usually crochet. She does a tutorial or does something. She's got a lot going on the channel. Oh, awesome, Arlene. Awesome. Yeah, that's what Warren and I want to do. And by the way, when you get back, Warren says we have to get together. You, Bruce, and us get together for supper. Even if we drive halfway, excuse me, and meet and go to supper. Kind of a welcome back to New Brunswick supper. But yeah, so go check Bailey's channel out. Like I say, check. I mean, a lot of these ladies in here are with Lisa. We're trying to get her to 2,000 because by heavens, she's going to do another crochet along. She's doing another cow, and we want to do a Tunisian one this time. And she's going to get Instagram. Let's complicate her life. And if you're lurking, Lisa, you're probably sleeping. But yeah, she's sleeping this time. Yeah, it's a 5-hour difference. She's sleeping. I keep egging her on. When she gets her advent box this year, she's going to have a few surprises. That's all I'm saying. See if we can get a snort and chuckle out of her. But no, so a lot of things like that. But the Happy Meal Advent, they want to know if I'm going to do it again next year. There she goes. Yeah, they do a lot of laughing on Bailey's lives. They do a lot of laughing. I try to get into lives when I can. A lot of times I'm just lurking. I will come in and say, hey, I'm here. But I'm either driving, I'm working on the ferry, I'm teaching. But I try to catch when I can. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do it. I usually have to catch the replays. And if I do, I usually say, hey, cut the replay. I'll tell you, Bailey, who was a big help to me and getting things set up with and that was Lisa. She has been such a big help. She really has helped me work out some of the kinks I have going on my channel. She's been helping because there's times I'm a train wreck. I'm a real train wreck. And no, I didn't invite anybody up on panel tonight only because that's when we get into the 3-hour lives, and I do have to get some sleep tonight. But that's why I'm coming in here. But later on this week, the next live this week, I'm going to do one after I get out of school and get all showered and stuff, and we can do a panel. Thank my sister-in-law, Barb. I mean, it's cold. Hubby's even more sick. Exactly. Yeah, I know. But I try to catch her replays because they are funny. I'll make a playlist to put. Now, you want to know what I go to sleep to at night? I'll put a playlist together and I'll put it on and I'll listen to it. And that's how I go to sleep, or if I lay down. And Rachel, yep, Rachel's out. Oh, Bailey, Rachel's out west. Out your is west of you. Rachel's been the recipient of quite a few giveaways. She's just lucky. But yeah, Bailey. So if you're not, yeah, Alberta. Yep. Nope, that's the range. She's in Medicine Hat. Rachel is in Something Creek. Something Creek, Rachel. I'm trying to remember your address in my head here. It's just flashing. But Fox Creek. That's it. Fox Creek. I knew it was there somewhere. It's just my head. Yeah, exactly. Whether it's US, Canada, UK, India, Zara. Okay, you guys know Zara. Tabassum. Zara started a YouTube channel. It's called Think Crochet. Please go over and show her some yarny love. She is an absolute doll. And she does so much for this community that's unheard of. She has her videos aren't real long. She shows, unboxings and stuff like that. She shows finished objects. Think Crochet. Exactly. Let me see if I can write it here. Let me see, where am I at? Move this over here. I could type and spell. In Canada? Oh my heavens. Bailey, there's a lot in Canada. Gosh, I got a lot. Lorraine from Chatelaine Makes is from Medicine Hat, Alberta. I did an interview with Last Minute Laura Show. She's from Toronto. Lindsay Luchuk that I interviewed, Knit Eco Chic. She's got a YouTube channel, but she does tutorials on and she needs more subscribers. She really does, but she doesn't push her YouTube channel, but she does some tutorials there, usually geared towards her patterns. Donine, yep, Donine's from, and Donine has a channel now, correct, Donine? If I'm not mistaken, you have a channel now. Yep, Debbie the Canadian Crocheter. Oh, that's another card. Yep, Dope Town, New Brunswick. Yep, Angela from the Precious Yarnery. No, it's just on Etsy, Deneen? Okay. Yep, cocktails and crochet with Coco. Is that it? I think. There are so many. Well, I guess what I need to do, I'm going to make myself a note, okay? Going to make myself a note. You guys just gave me an idea for a video. I haven't done shout-outs in a while. And I used to do mine themed. So, Canadian channels, shout-out video. Here we go. Canadian channels shout-out video. So that is going to be another video I can work on, because I can do that right from here. I think there was way back, Bailey, I did a video which was Canadian channels. I did another one, channels from the UK. I did the men of YouTube. I did a bunch of shout outs for the men. Blue Eyed Style, yep, Candy. But I was saying, Lindsay Luchuk, she was born in Toronto, here in Canada, and then her dad, and then they moved to North Carolina, and she's moving back to Maine. Mikey from the Crochet Crowd, who's going to be at the PEI Fiber Festival Saturday. I'm hoping to hook up with them. Crafty Yarn Owl with Darla. My gosh, there's so many. Demetra is a family member. Tasmatis. She doesn't have a YouTube channel, I don't believe. My gosh, there's just so many Canadian channels. So I will go and go through all of my channels I'm subscribed. When I shout a channel out, I'm subscribed to them. Well, New Brunswickers, there's a guy on TikTok that does a thing with all the different provinces. New Brunswick, we're always known as the nice ones, and okay. Oh, you want to just hit the rear end? Oh, that's okay. But I have to say, most of all the Canadians I've met through the years before I moved up here were all very nice people. And I know my fiber family and the Yayas, I love you all dearly. And whether you're from Canada or the States or across the pond in the UK, Australia, India, South Africa, our little Ingrid. Um, Sarah's Little Corner Craft, Sarah's Little Corner of Craft. I think is that what it's called? Sarah's Little Corner of Craft. There's just so many. There are so many. So Bailey, get your nosy notebook out. But I will do a shout out for Canadian channels. And it go back to you doing maybe once or twice a month. My shout outs I used to do. Just try and keep up on all the videos and tutorials and crochet alongs and pattern. I have 3 patterns that have been sitting aside that I started. Like I said, I got off track. I was telling Bailey, I made 1 pattern. And when you were showing that, I'm like, hey, I did that. I made a scarf / wrap. Courtney, Darlene, were some of my testers. There you go. And I said, that's the same. And you can't patent a pattern. But I think I was telling Darlene something. I was watching you do it that day. And I think I mentioned in the thing there, hey, go check my pattern out because it's the same pattern. It's free. I'll send it to you. It's free. But I have 3 patterns, 2 knitting and 1 crochet that have been by the wayside because it's my hat pattern. I wanted to release it, but I messed up on the decreases. And I've got to redo the numbers for the decreases. And I'm good at math, but knitting math and crochet math is different. Oh, cold coffee. Ugh. I brought my own food up here for the week. But hubby said I have to go out and have a couple hot meals. I had got I love Costco's chicken salad. And because it's made with all white meat and bits of celery. Oh, Gary from Urban Yarn. Gary, he's from out in Vancouver Island. Yep, that's Gary, Urban Yarns. Oh, another one. It's a beautiful crocheter and knitter. He has a channel, like I said. We have to get busy. I'll get my list of Canadian channels. Might have to be a 2 or 3 parter. I don't like to make videos too long. I mean, a live's one thing, but I really try to keep my videos under 20 minutes but they always somehow they seem to turn into 30, 35 minutes. It's just like, ugh. Welcome in, Gracie. Welcome in, dear. I'm sorry if I missed you. Welcome. This is the PEI version of 2 OD's Hook and a Stitch and Island Style. Just on a different island. From one island to the other. I'm island hopping. Methinks me need a cough drop. I did stop and buy some before I came. Okay, Gracie, no problem, dear. Welcome in. Oh, you know what I got? You know what I discovered at Costco when I was there yesterday or Sunday? What's today? Monday. Yeah, yesterday. They have dill pickle seasoned peanuts. And I tried them. They're really good. Really good. Yeah, no. I'm just doing my island hopping. I haven't crocheted or knit a stitch since I've been here, but tomorrow I will. I did some on my Christmas gift this morning. Yeah, they're really good, Bailey. I got them at Costco. Big bag like this. I think it was like $10. Darlene, they're really good. There's a salad kit they make. It's called Creamy Dill Pickle. It's got a dill ranch, and it is, I love dill pickles. And I'll tell you what, it was really good. Like, I don't like dill pickle potato chips. These dill pickle peanuts and the creamy dill pickle salad, love it. I think I made it when you were at the house, or was that the Asian cashew salad I made? I'm not sure. I think I remember. Like I said, as one we all know and love, colander head sometimes. Oh, you don't like dill pickles? Oh, well, then you wouldn't like dill pickle peanuts. And now, a couple weeks ago, I found they had some shelled pistachios. They were called hot chili seasoned pistachios. They were good. You didn't feel the heat till about 30 seconds after you finished chewing and swallowing them, and then the heat hit your mouth. Oh, good stuff. Bye, Rachel, sweetie. Go have supper. It's good to see you, too. I said I'll do another live this week, and I promise I'll have a notice up when I'm going to be doing it. Bailey's hungry. Bailey, I got PB&J, which is one of my favorites, and some chicken salad. Can't wait till the day we have Beam Me Up Scotty. We can do that. Wouldn't that be awesome? Mm. Supposed to say FB. Why is it? I'm gonna have to get with Amazon. My keyboard. Some of my letters aren't working. Some of my letters aren't capitalizing. Works if I put it all capital. Figure that one out. That's what it is there, Bailey, on FB. That worked that time. I got this keyboard earlier this year when I got the newer computer from Amazon. And I love the keyboard. I got a couple keys that aren't working when I use the shift button. One is my colon, and the other one is F when I try to capitalize it. If I put it all caps, it capitalizes. So it's under warranty. So what's everybody working on tonight? Or is everybody just kind of just chilling? Okay, but well, like I said, Bailey, I'm not on Facebook a lot. The yayas. And the reason I created the yayas is there were some people that just don't do YouTube, other people that don't do Facebook. So they kind of go hand in hand. I do some things that I combine, like I'll do giveaways, or I'll do one of my crazy ideas. One might be on the yayas and then one on YouTube. Well, Darlene, the room looks awesome. Darlene is trying to get her crafting. She's got a big craft room. She's never been able to use it. Now she's finally getting it. Hubby put shelves together, and she's been organizing yarn because everybody remembers the challenge way back this year when I did my inventory on my yarn and had the contest there to see who guess how many skeins and cakes of yarn I had. Zara won that, and the number has grown to almost 1,500. I challenged her. Inventory her yarn. So she said when she finished her priestess coat's done. But she just keeps buying yarn. Don't you, Darlene? She said she's buying yarn this weekend. If we don't get blown away in the hurricane. No, I'm trying to work on some Christmas presents. Along with everything, like the hashtag work the whips. So, get them off the needles and hooks because I have so many. Ow! I'm trying to figure out the stitch pattern I want to use for my new cowl starting Wednesday. Bailey, one of my patterns I'm doing, I'll tell you what, it's the Harlequin stitch. I love the Harlequin stitch. It's a great stitch. It's good for shawls, blankets, scarves, hats, but it's called the Harlequin stitch. Well, that I know that, darling. I'm bad. I know. You're making that cape, Bailey, right? If I remember correctly, you're making a cape. I got flickering. I got flickering going on. I think it's I don't know what that is. Um Yeah, that's what I thought I heard you talking about today. You were talking about, the waist length cape. Because the first thing I thought of when you said that, I'm thinking, "Oh god, I got that pattern for" well, I have all the Bag O' Days patterns, I got a flash drive. But the cape the hooded cape that she did, I think it was like a mustard color hooded cape she did. That's the kinda cape I thought you were doing, but not that long. The one you did last year, but like, just to the hips, was above your hips. Darling, when did you change your little picture there? Because it used to be your granddaughter. When did you change your picture? I just noticed a fox. I just looking at but, I have Bailey, do you have any of the crochet stitch books? Because 'Cause I'll tell you what, I get a lot of inspiration from them. That's how I did the topsy-turvy tri-stitch along. Yeah, that might work, Bailey, just shorten it. Just alter the that's the beauty of crochet. Hopefully, next year, I can get at least one of my patterns out. When I was talking with Lindsay about how long does it take to design a pattern, because I told her how long I've been working on it. She says some of her patterns took 2 years. By the time you perfect it and you write the pattern and you get it to testers and you tech edit it and release it, some of them were 2 years. I like he's Jeep's cute. No worries, Bailey. Gotta go, gotta go. Yeah, that's huh. So I gotta work on too. See if I can figure the math on the decreases for my hat and get that released next year. Either that or Island Hugs 2.0. Darwin has the original Island Hugs, the first prototype. Okay, cool. Nah, that's it. I'm not making any more coffee before before bed. Let me go put my phone on the charger. Oh, actually, I gotta set my alarm for in the morning. I'm getting a wake up call, but I always set my phone too. If I don't, yeah, I'll be glad, Darlene, when Marlene gets back to New Brunswick. Okay, let's see. Where is my alarm clock? Okay, no, I think I have to hit on my clock to do that. Nope, somewhere. I'll look forward to that. Oh, my clock's supposed to be here somewhere. Why isn't my clock showing up? My clock's not working. Go to settings. Uh, Alarm clock. Clock settings. World clock. Registration time permission is not in use. About clock. Oh, got to update it. That's why it's not working. But so everybody up for another live later this week? Well, I won't do that when I'm talking with you ladies. It's like when I'm at home and Warren will say something to Alexa, and next thing you know, Alexa's talking, or I'll be in the middle of doing a live and Alexa pipes up. It's like, quiet, go to sleep. But yeah, I'm going to be a few more minutes. I'll be getting off because it's 9:45. I got to get up at 6. It's going to take me a while to fall asleep. I'll go out and make sure I lock my car. But I so enjoyed seeing you ladies here tonight. And yes, definitely going to be footage because I brought, like I said, I brought my camera bag, my tripod, my whole podcast setup. You wouldn't believe what I packed in my car today. My husband says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm moving. I'm going portable." We have like, it'd be like 2 OGs hooking and stitching on the road again. Oh, I'm excited about seeing you, Darlene. Give you a big old hug. Thank you, Joy. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you came. I'm so glad everybody came. Seriously. And the funny thing is, Bailey now knows a whole bunch of Canadians that are on here, and it gave me an idea for a video content. Start up doing the shout outs again, and we'll do a Canadian themed one because, like I said, mine were always themed. And I'm sure the next live we do this week, we'll do some more talking about the New Year's Eve cast on. I am too, Bailey. I am too. And I'm glad I got to make a little bit of your live the other day. Like I said, I watched the replay on your live. I think I piped in early this morning. Yeah, I think I piped in and said hi, but then I was getting ready to pack and go. And little sissy and I, we always, if we don't video chat, we're always messaging. But I want to thank everybody for coming in. And I still have to laugh every time I say Marlene and Darlene. It cracks me up. They're partners in the Happy Mail Advent Project. And let me tell you something. It just, when that happened, I'm like, oh my heaven, Marlene, Darlene, that had to be. Zelda, girl, what are you doing? Hey, Zelda, guess what? Darlene and I are going to the Prince Edward Island Fiber Festival this weekend when I finish school up this week. You missed it. I'm going to do another live later this week, Zelda, when I get out of school. I'm up here to go to school in Prince Edward Island for the whole week. And then Darlene's driving up Friday night, and we're going to the Fiber Festival on Saturday. Mikey from the Crochet Crowd's going to be there. Aberdeen Wolves. All kind of people. So yeah, that's what we've been talking about. I just got up here tonight and took a shower and come on and said I'll do a live and see my Fiber family. We've been having a really good time, and I will be shooting footage at the Fiber Festival. And I'm also doing the interview with Courtney from Fiber Fox Studios this Wednesday for later on next month. And yeah, we've got a lot going on. Z, I'm so glad. I see every once in a while I'll see Z. She'll come into the live. Because I think Z subscribed to me way back. ZZ. In fact, I had sent ZZ. This is going back like I'm almost still alive. So 4 years ago, I sent ZZ some Happy Mail that she never got. I sent him a message and said, I hope I get to see you and shake your hand. OG hooker. Yeah. No, it's good seeing everybody here, Z. You'll have to come on one of these times to come up on panel when we do a live. I get Darlene on panel and Lisa comes up on panel and maybe Bailey will come up on panel. Have to get that crazy California hooker up here, because because I know we're on a big time difference. Let's see, my son lives in San Francisco. Well, he lives in Richmond, California, but it's near San Francisco. And yeah, you're 4 hours behind us because it's probably only about almost 6 o'clock at night there. So, yep. So you'll have to come in more often, Z. Crazy ZZ with the grandpuppy. Sure they are. Yep. Okay, you're 4 hours. Yeah, you're 4 hours behind. Darlene and I are up here in the Atlantic time zone. So you're 4 hours behind us. We're 1 hour ahead of East Coast. Diva Dan. I don't know who Diva Dan is, unless that's Mikey's partner. I think it's Mikey's partner. Well, ladies, I gotta bugger off because I have to get up at 6 a.m. And it was a long drive up here today. Look at the circles I'm getting under my eyeballs. I'm getting them old lady bags. Of course, I can't see a thing without my glasses. Well, I'm trying to work. When I get back home, it'll be easier. Right now, I'm in school from 8 to 5 every day this week. I'm going to try to work with my lives. So, because I've got like Lisa and some people across the pond in Australia and India that, work it so it's not too late for them and not too early for me. Love you too, Z. Look for footage on after this weekend of the Fiber Festival because hopefully we'll meet some celebs and I can get a little chit chat or at least a picture with them. And you never know what's going to happen. And I want everybody to sleep and be watching because I will announce the next live later this week. I will put it up on the community tab and I will put it up in the Yayas. Okay, or I'll put a premiere or I'll schedule the broadcast so you get like that, I'm going whatever it is, I'm going live, whatever. I will do that. I'm getting better at doing stuff like that. I want everybody to have a wonderful night. Sleep well, be blessed, and remember, hug, smiles, and happiness. Pass it on. Make the world a better place. I'm sending you all a big, big hug from Prince Edward Island. Okay, I will, Z. I will. I'll tell Mikey that. I'm hoping to see him. I messaged him, on Instagram when I saw it. Darlene and I are going to look. And I hope you all have a great night. Look for, like I said, sometime tomorrow night, look for the premiere there of the next live. It'll probably be tomorrow night, Thursday night, probably. Love you too, little sis. And I will see you all in a couple days on a live. Be looking for bits of footage while I'm up here. And I'll be in school from 8 to 5 every day. Getting smart. All right. Love you all. And I will see you soon. I can't find my mouse. There it is. Night, everybody.